Hey guys. Um all right, we're doing this video. We're doing this video. We all know it is summer solace and the strawberry moon. Like strawberry wine. I wish. No. Okay, now the song's in my head. First taste of love. Because it's bittersweet, just like that twin flame ship. Bittersweet. It's sweet than bitter than supposed to be sweet. But we'll have to see. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is, I'm sure most people know, if you know about the whole twin flame concept, you know about the spiritual twin and the matrix twin. And if you don't know, we're going to do a quick rundown. Okay, so the spiritual twin is the one that knows at first the connection, but they don't know exactly what it is at first, most of the time. I'm going to talk from my standpoint, my damn twin flame thing. I'm the spiritual twin. I was not aware, and the spiritual twin does know first about the whole twin flame concept. But during the time period that, like, all this was happening, the running, the chasing, the whole dynamic of it, separation, I was the one who was obviously doing the chasing, which for me was a sign above any sign, because I don't chase anybody, but anybody, ever, a day in my life. Anyway, I was doing it because I subconsciously knew about the connection, like about the twin flame. Like, I knew that. Like, I knew that there was no way in hell that this person wasn't, like, made for me. As crazy as that sounds. And it sounded crazy then. But I did know that. I did know that. I don't know. Like, as much as they drove me nuts, like, it just, they couldn't do anything where I just didn't care about. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I don't know. So I was the one who obviously chased the connection. And I was always more, like, connected. My intuition, like, something inside me just told me, like, this, like, I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. Like, I don't know. But by me chasing, it would cause the push and pull effects. Okay, so they ran. Okay, but that's supposed to happen. There are stages, and you cannot skip the stages, because the universe, listen, it's a blueprint. And those phases are in that blueprint. So you cannot skip the phases, because if you skip, you can't skip the phases. You can try, but you can't do it, because you won't get to the end of the blueprint if you skip the phases. So it's kind of hard to understand. Anyway, and then they say, okay, so the spiritual one knows subconsciously what this is. And then the spiritual one leads, and they both subconsciously know what it is, but the matrix twin is more grounded, and they're more into this world. They're more in tune with this world. They're unin tuned with the universe. They are more worldly, so to say. And so they don't see it. They see it as a problem. They see it as their defense mechanisms kick in, and they push it away because it's something that, like, they've never experienced before, and they know that they can trust this person. This person is like different to them than anybody else, but that scares them. Because what do we learn in life? Usually the people in our children, like our childhoods, the people that we trust the most hurt us, especially when it pertains to twin flames. You like most people have, I'm not saying all because I don't know, but I know most, and I know myself. Crazy ass childhoods. And you do learn that the people that are supposed to be there for you, love you, the ones you're supposed to be able to trust, are the ones who hurt you. Above and beyond any amount of pain that you could feel ever. And that I would expect most Matrix twins somehow go through something like that. And listen, before you meet your twin, you do have at least one or a few really, really, really bad relationships. Like where it like broke you. And when I say relationships, it does not have to mean a like lovers relationship. It just means like I know I had my how many freaking relationships did I have that were just devastating to me before I met my twin? Two were both my parents. And even though my dad raised me, we just didn't have like the best relationship. And he wasn't mean to me. We just didn't have, I just always wanted the great daughter-father relationship, and I didn't get that. My dad was always busy work, but he had to take care of me, and whatever. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But then my mom, of course, I already said that. So 2, and then my stepmom, that's 3. So I had like 3 really, really, really bad relationships, and then we'll throw 4 in there. We'll keep that one to myself. That just really made me not like people. I don't know. I just didn't trust people. I just didn't listen anymore. Like I don't know. I don't know what they did. But I had like 4 really bad relationships before I met this person. And then I know they had 1. They could have had more, but from what I know, like 1 that like fucked them up a little bit in their head. So, and then they met me like right after that one too, which is weird. I don't know why the universe would send me like knowing, but I guess separation, like I said, separation is part of the process because they knew, the universe knew there was no way in hell that this person was just gonna like, it just wasn't gonna be union at first. There's no way in hell that could have happened for neither one of us. As much as that, like I just wasn't ready, they weren't ready. Like neither party was ready for a union. No matter how much I knew that it was supposed to be there, I wanted it there then, but the universe obviously had different plans. It wasn't meant to be there then. Which now I look back and I was like, no shit. Wasn't that? I had other things to do. I had a soul contract that I had to take care of. He might have had another soul contract too. Because you can go through other relationships after your twin flame to learn things. You know, because you have these soul contracts with people. And you need to go about them because they teach you things. Like, when you come back to union, you have learned everything you needed to learn about yourself. And what it really is. So then your union can be everything it's meant to be. So don't get discouraged if like your twin, you were with your twin and now your twin's with somebody else. Even if it's like for a few years. Because that they may have a contract with that person. And they may need that person to teach them some shit that you weren't able to teach them. Or that the universe doesn't have it meant for you to teach them. So yeah. What was I saying now? So we know the spiritual twin knows first. Okay, so I was the spiritual twin, and I knew what it was before I knew what it was, like consciously. And I did learn about the whole concept consciously first, but not for years after the fact. Um, and I wish that I wouldn't have stalled my process, because I did. Because like when you're drinking and shit, or when you're doing things, like that stalls it. You're not connected. You cannot be fully connected to the universe if you are drinking all the time, or smoking weed, or partying all the time. You just can't. And I'm sorry to say that. And any, like, if you have like psychic abilities, they tell you that you're not even supposed to drink caffeine. And that's the thing I'm working on right now. Because it's hard for me, because I love coffee. It's like, do you really have to take everything away from me? Like everything? Like I'm giving up a lot. Come on. I need coffee for now. I might not have it in a little bit. So why? Why do you want to be so mean to me? But there's bigger plans, so it's okay. It's just funny. This mind boggles me. So yeah, the Matrix twin is the runner. We know that. Now, the point of my whole video is not to sit here and talk about the spiritual and the Matrix. I just wanted to give a rundown. My point is to now talk about the protector and the domain twin. And I'm going to tag one of the videos by CC. It's a radio show. It's Twin Flame 1111. They're really good. They're really good. They're both twin flames. They're both going through the process of where, because activation happened in April for many twins, most twins. I know for mine, it did. And they were saying how since activation has happened, you're either dealing with 1 to 2 ways your twin is handling it. They are either not talking, or they are lashing out on your ass. Like hating you for telling them, hating you because they know what it is, but they don't like you right now because you have just pulled a whole bunch of shit up that they need to deal with, and they're going to blame you for it until they realize that it has nothing to do with, you're not the problem. It's their shit. You're just the one who helped. Just like they helped you bring up all that shit without knowing that they did. Because they really do. They pull that shit out of you. All that shit that needs to be released, they pull it out. Not intentionally. They have no idea what they're doing. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the domain and the protector, which is now these are the terms that are going to be used when like union happens. And they still connect exactly with the spiritual and the matrix. So as I see it, the spiritual twin is the protector twin, and the matrix twin is the domain twin. And this is when it comes to like co-creating in union, when you get to union. Because it is said, if you get there, when we get there, according to the universe, we're gonna get there. And I don't ever want to doubt the universe, but we'll see. That, okay, you know that we're co-creating, manifesting, and that you can do great things alone without your twin in your space. I've said that many times. Now, when you unite, if you get into union, you have the ability to like, it is going to be like magic. And I'm not fucking around. The ability to co-create when you are sitting next to the person that you are meant to be with. Like, first of all, It is kind of like magic. And that's why it's so hard for the Matrix twin to accept the fact of this, especially when they're like non-spiritual. They never believed in this shit ever. Like, what are you talking about? So you're telling me that if we come together, we're gonna be able to create anything we want. Pretty fucking much. That's what I'm telling you. For real, that is what I'm telling you. And it's crazy. I know. It sounds crazy, but really, it's not crazy. It's just that we have never carried the ability to wrap our mind around the universe's plan. We couldn't grasp it because it wasn't time for us to grasp it. The universe has now set in place that it is absolutely the time to wake up and grasp the plans of what is about to happen. And there's a reason for that. Whether people don't like to hear it or whatever, there is a reason for that. Okay? The time is now. And the time is now. And if you don't think the creator is about to come back to take back what is his, then I don't know what to tell you. And I do feel like the twins do have a good part, play a huge role in that. I don't know exactly how. But they do. The real twins absolutely do. And the universe gets what it wants. And anybody truly connected to the universe is going to go, walk with the plan. You're going with the plan. Especially if you're like me and have seen how real this shit truly is and how this is not a joke. People are not making this shit up. I wouldn't believe this shit if it wasn't. I would never believe what was being told to me if I wasn't part of the fucking process. I'll tell you that right now. I would think these people were out of their damn mind, that there's no way in hell, like, okay, so you're telling me there's really a perfect person for you. It's not that they're the perfect person for you. They are you. Like, hello. That has nothing to do about being perfect and everything to do with they are just the other half. You guys are the same. Which is why it is perfect. It's the yin and the yang, honey. Child, why don't you understand this concept yet? But for real, I wouldn't believe the shit if it wasn't happening to me either. So I don't really get mad at people when they're like, this is that. No. I don't get mad at it because I would be the same way if it was not my process. If I was not created as a twin, I would be the exact same way. It's a really hard to process as being a twin. This is a hard ass concept to process and a hard ass journey to walk. So I can't expect somebody who is not dealing with it to actually believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's why when people tell me, well, this is what this person said to me, and I feel really like just deterred from my walk because people are just putting me down. One, we know with light comes dark, okay? There will be people as many people are put in your path to help you and your twin, like come closer or to come to union, to meet, because there was a person that was put to help us meet in my situation, and there was a person that was placed to help the separation happen, just as it was meant to. And I'm dead serious. These people were really placed for those two reasons, and that's it. I mean, they could have other reasons in life to live, but no, their main reason here was to make sure that we came together and that we went through separation so that we could get to where we needed to be on the blueprint that the universe has created. I'm dead serious. So, and if you looked around in your like situations, I'm sure, because I feel like And then there was another person too, that my friend. He's funny. He like he said something about how he feels that we probably were in the same soul group, and I really do believe that. And I do believe that my angels, the angels, I when I call things mine, I'm just always meditative. I always call them my angels, whatever. They're all the angels, okay? But I'm still gonna refer to them as my angels. Um, they led me to him. And then not only did they lead me to him, I got like readings from him. And then it was funny because my angels were working on me, and I want to say like Metatron, he was really clearing out my chakras. He let me know that he was also clearing out my twin chakras. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna work. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna be clearing out his chakras. But don't ever doubt the universe. Don't doubt your angels, because they are, no. Yes, they will. And I'm just looking like, no, there's no way this person is never going to come to the grasp of this. Never. Like, you don't understand. And they like always tell me like, well, you did, and if I'm exactly like the other person, then they will. And I'm like, no, yeah, but that's where we were different. Like, I believe in stuff like this. They don't. So, no, they were really telling me like they were working on his chakras. They were working on his chakras. They were helping clear them out. And I'm like, no, no. And then it was proven to me that they really were, because he was getting the information about this shit. Okay, he really was. And I found it out. I knew it because they told me it. They told me that he was getting the information from my friend. And I was like, okay. And I knew it like a month before I told my friend that I think this person is getting the information from you. And then he was like, it might be somebody else. And then he was like, came back to me and was like, oh my God, you're right about this. I was like, yeah, I know. Because they told me. They told me it was his ass. It was his ass. So it was funny. So they really were working on his ass. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. All this shit is so crazy. But anyway, so the protector twin is the one that protected the whole connection. You protected the connection. From the beginning to the end, you protected it. Like, you never let it go. You never let it go anywhere. So that's why I want to say it's the spiritual twin, because you're the one who knows about it subconsciously first, and then you find out about it consciously first. You're the one woken up first, and then you hold on to it. Even if you don't think you want it anymore, you still hold on to it because you know what it is. You know that person's your twin. So even if like in the worldly, you're like, no, fuck this, I don't want that shit, you're still holding on to it at a spiritual level and not letting it go. Which is exactly what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to protect it. The universe does want you protecting that bond, that connection. For some reason, I can't tell you guys what the reason is, because I have no freaking clue. But I do know that it is much needed to be protected. And that's why the spiritual twins are the ones that do protect it, sometimes without knowing about it. Sometimes just talking about your connection is protecting your connection. Acknowledging it for what it is. You might not think like you want it, but because you talk about it, like, and you're acknowledging it for what it is, it's a way of protecting it. It really is a way of protecting it. So, the universe can never get mad at you for not protecting it, because you do protect it by acknowledging it. So, in other words, okay, so the protectors, let's start with the protectors. And this was a really good article, so I'm going to read it. And it was the only ones that I found on the domain twin and the protector twin, which is now pertaining to union, when you guys can co-create together. So it is from twinlights.com. And it's called Co-Creating Your Reality. And it was posted June 16th, 2016. And the number, hold on, 6. I always like to do the numerology. Hold on. 6, 6, 24, 26, 27, 28, 10. Which would be 1. Which would be when you come together, you're 1. Would it not? Okay. Okay. Hummingbirds are one of the few animals that mate for life. A lot of people are trying to attract their life mate as well. By now, just about everyone has heard of the law of attraction. Okay. As you know, the law of attraction is actually all about manifesting or co-creation with our creator. It is our emotions that are driving force behind our manifestations. In other words, however we feel at the moment is what we are projecting. I know, and that's why you guys have to be careful. And that's what I'm learning. It's like, and that, like, if you think bad things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen. If you think good things are going to happen, good things are going to happen. It's seriously right. If you're like, oh my God, my twin's never going to come, my twin's never, you're not supposed to think like that. You're supposed to just know they're coming whenever they're meant to. Might not be in this lifetime, might be in the next, who knows? I don't know, but they will be coming one day. Just keep positive in that light. Like, whether you want it or not, one day you will be one again. Because the universe wouldn't do this. They wouldn't play games, I don't think. Why would they just do this just to, like, drive you nuts? That's not very nice of the universe, is it? Our thoughts are simply where we aim these projections. What if there was a way to consciously work on co-creating? Remember, in the twin flame dynamic, one is the protector and one is has domain. Okay, so the protector's power is based on their intent, their imagination. The twin that has domain, their power is based off of their voice, words, and statements. In other words, the protector's strength is their intent and visualization, and the one with domain, their strength is their words and voice. So technically, so this is what I'm getting. One twin, like, they have to say it. When you guys are in union, they're going to say it. You guys are going to talk about these things, and they're going to say it with their words. And then you, as the protector, the spiritual twin, are going to vision it, which makes so much sense to me because I've always been a visionary, and I can do that in an instant. Like, I see things in my head, like, okay, this is what I want, and I'll see it. And, like, I guess, so they say it, you see it, and then it happens in an instant. In an instant. This shit is not no joke. This will be instantaneously, you guys. Like, okay, maybe not in an instant. It might not be like, I don't know though. It might be like instantaneously. Other ways, days. You might wait a day. Like, okay, what do they want? A new job. So you're gonna see their job that they want, the perfect job that they want for them. They're going to say, you know, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. You're going to vision if this is what they want, this is what they want, this is what we want for them. And then it's going to happen. No joke. Somebody might come up out of the blue. Like, you won't even know, like, what? They'll be like, okay. And obviously, spiritual twin, when you're like a twin flame, you're not going to be wanting to be like the CEO of shit. Like, you're just not going to want that. You're going to be visioning things that are going to help the universe. This is why you're going to get this shit. What's that law? You can't use things for your own gain. I mean, to a certain extent. If it's for your gain, though, it's helping other people. And most twins, I feel like that's why they were given this, because they have been trusted to do just that. If you have the ability to co-create in an instant, the universe would not trust you with that capability if they did not know that you were going to use it correctly. You understand? That is why they say the twins are protected by the universe, because it's true. Because whatever we did in the past, whoever we were when we signed these contracts, we were very much trusted people. Like, You have to think about that. If you're given this power to co-create on levels that nobody has ever even been able to fathom in a reality of this world, you had to be a very special person and very connected to the Creator and the angels. There is no way in hell that you're going to get the ability to do what you can do without the universe being able to trust you. Completely. 100%. So even if you think for a second your twin isn't being loyal to you at this very moment, you have to remember something. One, the process and the stages are part of the blueprint. Sometimes they look like they're crazy, and why the hell do they got to be this way? I don't know why. I didn't create it. I just know that looking at it from an open mind, the process is they're put in place for a reason. And you might think your twin isn't loyal to you at this very moment or has never been loyal, because I can relate to that. Very much so. In a sense. Like, they haven't been loyal in this third dimensional world. But, like, their heart, like, they've always, yeah, I don't care what anybody says. I know they've always known. So, my point is being, this whole blueprint thing is really written. So they have to follow the part of the blueprint that is written for them. And they can't really control that all the time. And maybe by them not being loyal, like, to you in a third dimensional form is testing your loyalty in a spiritual realm. I don't know. I don't know. All I do know is that if you're looking at your twin as if they are not a loyal person, and I just clicked this in my head, then you have got to remember that they're loyal just as much as you're loyal in the spiritual realm, because they wouldn't have signed that contract along with you. They wouldn't have been trusted along with you. The universe placed the same journey upon them and the same faith and the same trust that they placed upon spiritual twin. And the universe is no dummy and wouldn't do that if they knew that they wasn't going to do their job the way it needed to be done. So, that's kind of exciting to hear about. I don't know. I just heard like this kind of concept and I want to go into it because I was looking on YouTube and there's not one video about it, about the domain and the protector. And how when you get into union, this is like, these are the new names of it. Because during the process, you're the spiritual and the matrix twin. Okay? One or the other. And then when you get into union, this is when you have the ability to seriously co-create. You already have the ability separately, but there's nothing like when you come to union. Like, that shit is going to be instantaneously what needs to be happening, what you need to be doing. And I just know that the universe, how is the universe gonna they're not giving anybody that type of freaking power if they don't trust you to have it. So if they trusted you, they trusted your twin. So like you trust yourself, you have got to start trusting your twin. And I have to take some of my own advice. So I don't know. I just found that interesting. And I found it even more interesting that not too many people have talked about it. So I'm like, I'm talking about it. Energies today are going to be good, as today is a special kind of day. Take advantage of it, because don't know how long the energies are going to last like this. I am going to do a reading later. A twin flame reading. I know how much people love those. And today calls for it. So I am going to do that. So yeah, just remember, if you're the spiritual twin, the protector, understand that don't get, I keep saying focus on your own journey, because that leads the other person to their journey. Don't ever doubt the divine, because they are working overtime as things are about to come into place. And this is the whole reasoning that everybody's waking up. Because the things about to come may need some co-creators standing strong together in order for people to get through the shit that is about to happen. So, on that note, remember, if you were trusted by the universe, your twin was just as much trusted. So maybe you should start trusting your twin the way the universe has trusted the two of you. As hard as that may be. Or maybe I'm just in a good mood today, and so I'm saying a lot of nice things. No. I'm kidding. Take me seriously. Trust that. Trust the process. Alright, guys. I'll be posting a reading soon, okay? Okay.